Today's mailbag is lubricated by Chalkstone Stout from Banded Peak Brewing in Calgary, Alberta. They describe it as wedged between dark roasted malts and a full flavored cereal grain. A beer that matches the cooler seasons. Well, the season is definitely getting cooler here. That is nice. Not too heavy, but still lots of roasty malty taste. I like it. First thing in, does not have a description on the package, so they're just telling the custom people to trust me. It is 4 different types of bristle brushes. Okay. Nylon bristle, steel bristle, brass bristle, and fiberglass bristle. 4-piece scratch brush. So the fiberglass brushes, I have had one in the past, and those are just a whole bunch of really dense fiberglass fibers all lined up in a row. And you set it just kind of like that, and it does a really good job of scratching corrosion and whatnot from circuit boards and things like that. And the brass brush is again in that form factor. Very soft brass. So again, you want it kind of short and just to scrub corrosion off stuff. A little bit more aggressive will be steel, and those are much stiffer. And then the nylon one, which I assume is going to be the softest of all of them. Yeah, but it's still got a little bit of scrub to it, even though it does remain flexible. So those are, as I said, mostly for cleaning corrosion and stuff off different surfaces with different levels of aggression. I like it. What I don't like is that the names aren't written on them. They're written on this thing. So the steel and brass ones are pretty obvious. I think that was the nylon one. And this one in red is the fiberglass. Yes, the fiberglass is the stiffer one. Okay. I think I'll have to use my label maker to label those up. But other than that, those will be nice for, cleaning circuit boards, cleaning corrosion off stuff. The nylon one maybe for using with a bit of alcohol to clean off plastic surfaces, stickers and things like that. I think those are going to come in handy. 4 pieces set, rust removal brush, pen, glass fiber, brass, steel, nylon brush, pen shape, watch parts, polishing, cleaning tool. Yeah, polishing is another good use for those, especially for the softer ones. Currently, they're going for $18.58 plus $2.95 shipping. When I ordered these many months ago, they were about $16.58 plus the same shipping. So there you go. Prices change even with this mystery discount here. Yeah, as I suggested, you only need a short bit out there to get it nice and stiff, and there is the exact use that I would be putting the fiberglass one to, just cleaning corrosion off the copper plating on a circuit board. Off to a good start. Let's see what this is that showed up on my mailbox. No description on it, no idea. 2 pieces. It's 2 more of these motorcycle parts that I think are being bought just because they are a cheap auction item. These are pieces that screw onto the back swing arm of a motorcycle and give you a pick point to jack it up or lift it up when you're lifting it with a service stand. And this time I got 2 of them, both in little anodized green. Since an anonymous donor sent these to me, I will link you below to this search term which finds them, sorted price plus shipping lowest first, as always. When they're not at auction, they seem to go for about $3.78 to $4 and up, depending on the color and whatnot. But yeah, there is what they are. So just to explain what these things are for people who aren't into motorcycles, the swing arm is the part that connects the rear wheel to a pivot point down there on the motorcycle. And these bits screw onto the swing arm, and then they hook into these little pieces of the maintenance or repair stand. And there they are there again. Oh, that set's on auction for $2.80. Okay. All right, next thing in is something that I ordered. This came from pieshop.ca, which is the Canadian retailer for Raspberry Pi stuff. 2 items in there. What are these modules? You'd think I'd remember, but I ordered these many months ago. This is a Pi Zero. Which version is it? Specifically, the Raspberry Pi Zero W, version 1.1. So this one has wireless internet, Wi-Fi. Other than that, it is essentially a full Raspberry Pi. You've got the camera connector over there, power in USB, the SD card there, HDMI out, full GPIO, and the system on chip. And I got 2 of them. I used one recently in a DMX lighting project. I will put that link up there. So, and that was about the same time that I ordered 2 of these to replace the one that I used. So now I have them in stock for various projects. They're not quite as powerful as the Pi 4 or the Pi 5, but they can do the vast majority of things that a standard Raspberry Pi can, just in a much smaller physical form factor and much less expensive. Raspberry Pi Zero W from pieshop.ca cost $21 each. I got 2 of them, and the 2 of them plus shipping and taxes and everything else cost me $63.83. Yeah, the shipping was almost as much as one of these together, which is partly why I bought 2 of them at the same time. There is the basic description of it. It's got 512 megs of RAM, a 1 gig processor chip, similar to the older Pi A and B+. It's got Wi-Fi, it's got Bluetooth Low Energy on it, and as noted earlier, it's got HDMI. It can take up to a 4 gig SD card. It can handle USB on the go. It's got the standard GPIO pins on it. Yeah, I think that's about all I need to say about that. All right, let's try our luck with another one that came to the mailbox. See what anonymous people are sending me now. More of those. Okay. There's already a link down below and everything else. Enough said about that. Let's just grab another. Yeah, that's another one from the P.O. box. Okay. Let's try our luck with this one. What does it say? It says it's an LED light. I like the sounds of that. Oh, it's more of those, what were they, T10 automotive LEDs. Got some of those in the last mailbag, too. They're huge, they're bright, they're 12 volts. And they plug directly into your car, or you can use them just for normal LEDs. So just as a refresher from the previous mailbag, here is a search that will get you there. These are T10 LED license plate light or interior bulb for vehicles. None of the ones that come up in this search are 100% identical to the ones I got, but there are a lot that fit the form factor, and these ones here are the closest that I can see in there. Anyway, yeah, that's what they are. And of course, there will be the search link as usual down below. And now, the last and largest thing that I got in the mail. This is something that I ordered. I can tell that by the address on it. Let's see what we got. Well packaged. Got to be happy about that. Aha! It is a stage light. An LED mini flat par light. 36 RC. 36 LEDs in it. That is cool. You might remember from several different videos I've been playing around with DMX 512 controlled stage lighting, the cheapest ones I can find, obviously, for a while off and on. And yeah, this is another in that playing. This one uses either 3 or 7 channel mode. It's got 36 LEDs. It'll run on pretty much any global voltage, controlled by auto or sound or DMX 512. Weighs 420 grams, sure. 19 by 6.5 by 19.5 centimeters. Now let's see what we got in here. Got a bracket, really thin metal bracket. There it is. Oh, it even comes with a remote control and a couple of thumb screws. What is that? More bracketry and a super extensive manual. On the back of it, we have a 4-digit LED, menu button, up, down, and enter. Okay, that's all fairly standard. We have a couple of ventilation cutouts which do not have fans in them. And we have the DMX in and out connectors here, which are on the O2 common, but not compliant with the official standard 3-pin XLR connector. 80 watt 36 LED par light RGB stage lighting DMX beam party disco DJ light remote. I don't know about 80 watts, not with those LEDs, maybe, I don't know. Currently selling for $27.99 American or $39.35 Canadian with free shipping. And this is the cheapest of this type that I could find at the time that I was buying it. What specs do they have down here? 36 high quality LED beads, 12 red, 12 green, and 12 blue. Better material and longer service life. I don't know, it's pretty cheap plastic case on it. We'll see. 9 lighting modes, static colors, color blending. These are all the automatic modes. And then there is the DMX, of course. It has its very own little remote control. Polypropylene plus polycarbonate plus an iron bracket. Claims to survive for 50,000 hours. I'm not sure if I'm going to torture test it that much, but we'll see if it lasts at all. So let's just try this thing out. The remote actually came with a battery in it. It is a CR2025. Power on, nothing happens. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got some color changing modes here. Sure. Seems to work. There is all of them on full brightness. There's no way that's 80 watts. That's not even likely. But there are some things going on there. It is bright. It is a light. But it's only really brightest when you're directly on axis. Now the camera's kind of compensating for it. But since that was staring into my eyes, I can assure you that it's relatively bright. It's definitely not bright enough for stage, but for, you know, a small bar or something like that, a band that's on a budget might be okay, or a DJ thing, or dorm room or something like that. I'm sure it's a perfectly serviceable little light. I am going to tear this apart in a future video and experiment with it in DMX mode and see what all it's got going on for it. But for now, suffice to say that it's working, and that makes me happy, especially for something as cheap as it is. And there is the contents of today's Mailbag Monday haul. A wide variety again, as usual. So I got these cleaning brushes, different types of fiber, from fairly soft to ridiculously hard. So those will come in handy just for projects and workshop things and whatnot. But these two Raspberry Pi Zero Ws, restocking and future projects again. Always good to have stuff on hand like that. And then from an anonymous donor, I got these red, this time, T10 automotive bulbs. Those are kind of cool. And then I got 2 different packages of these things, these motorcycle swing arm pin bushing guide things. I've probably got 8 or 10 of these by now, and I still haven't come up with a good project for them. Some people suggested using them as drawer pulls or knobs or something like that. That's not a bad idea. If nothing else, they're a source of M10 bolts, which is some that I don't have, so that's useful. I don't know, wire guides, pulleys. I suppose the possibilities are endless, and I hope they are, because eventually I'm probably going to come up with a use for these things now that I've got a whole bunch of them. And then there is this guy over here. I'm going to add that to the other cheap light that I bought probably over a year ago, and my various other DMX experimentation. Obviously, I'm not starting a disco of my own, but I don't know. I think I've mentioned before that years ago I used to moonlight doing stage lighting and sound for small bands in small bars, and I'm just curious about the technology. DMX didn't really exist in the world that we were. The big stages were using it at the time, but us little guys were still using analog control and whatever we could cobble together. So this just fascinates me from a nostalgia point of view more than anything else, and it's just fun to tinker with different kinds of technology. Well, I hope you found that interesting, informative, entertaining. I don't know, an escape from reality. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching as usual. Thank you to the anonymous donors who have been sending stuff into my P.O. box. And of course, thank you to my Patreon supporters and my YouTube channel members who help keep the beer fridge full and help keep other things rolling in. Yeah, I think that's all the thank yous I need to say at the end here. Again, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.